Welcome back, everybody. Mudford here. Today I just wanted to talk about light bulbs. RV light bulbs, that is. If you have a little bit older RV like I do, you have these lights like this, and some of them look like that. You might wonder why they get like that. They take a round light bulb, which is similar to a tail light bulb, like an 1156 is the tail light bulb. But what these campers should take is an 1141, which isn't quite as bright, not quite as hot. And that's the reason why it's not quite as hot, because when you put the 1156s in, it does give you a brighter light, but it damages, overheats the plastic and melts the plastic. If you run the 1141s, you won't have any problems. I just thought I'd share with all you other RVers that subscribe to my channel that I'm switching my whole motorhome over to LED bulbs. They are fairly cost effective now, and they use a lot less power, and they are bright enough. So I just made the switch today, and I'll show you what we got. So I ordered these off of eBay, and I got a pack of 10 of these for, I think it was $15, and then I got 15% off for buying 2 packs because I ended up needing 16 bulbs. So here they are right out of the package. You just take your bulbs out and put these in, and I'll show you how bright they are. They may not be quite as bright as the other ones, but they're definitely sufficiently bright enough for me anyway. And the advantage to these is they're going to use less electricity. If you boondock, or like we only have in this Class C, we only have one battery. So overnight, it doesn't last that long. So if you switch to all LEDs, that's going to help you a little bit. You should be able to find them on eBay if you want to switch over, and I think it's well worth it. I've got $29, I think, into this, and I got 20 bulbs for that price, so that's not too bad, and I think it'll be good in the long run. And I'm standing next to my dirty old RV. We've had it out one time this year, and as you may be able to tell, this is the battery box, and it is empty. This is, I think it's 28 foot, something like that, Class C, and it only has one battery, only room for one battery, right in here. So we got to the State Forest campground. I like to camp at those, remote, no electricity, no real conveniences, just a place to park and a picnic table and a fire pit. And we got to the campground, and we have a gas electric refrigerator in here. Had our food in there, and I thought, no problem, we got enough propane, will be fine. I was outside by the fire pit, and sure enough, my wife comes out and tells me that the refrigerator is beeping and the lights are flashing on it. So I come inside, and sure enough, the refrigerator is not working, because I don't know, as not all of you may know, the gas and electric refrigerators do require, at least the Dometic that I have, and it is only a few years old, maybe three years old maybe, it requires 12 volt DC power to run it on gas. It doesn't use a lot of electricity, it just uses a trickle of electricity to run the controls on it, but it does take a little bit, and our battery was completely dead, so it wouldn't work at all. So it kind of sucked for the weekend. This is my setup here at home. I have right on the side of my garage the RV power outlet, and then I have this dedicated breaker in my garage for it. So I normally have it plugged in on shore power. So I had no idea the battery was that bad. So what I had to do, I do have a switch on my dash that It's a solenoid that ties the two batteries together, the front battery for the engine and this battery. So I started up the motorhome, had it running and idling, had my son push the button, which then was letting the alternator charge this battery a little bit. And then I fired up my generator back there, and we turned the refrigerator on. But the battery wouldn't hold the charge, so what we did was we just let it run for maybe an hour on the generator, and we put everything in the freezer. We put the refrigerator, set it as high as it, cold as it would go, as high as it would go, however you want to look at it. Put everything in the freezer, and then shut it off, and then didn't open the freezer for the night, and then we fired it up again in the morning and got everything cold again, and everything was fine. So now I pulled the battery out. I'll show you guys how to test your battery. When you're having an electrical problem, sometimes it can be difficult to tell what the problem is. Is it with the charger? Is it with the battery? You never know. If it's a car or automotive, it could be the starter. You don't know. So this is a battery tester or a load tester. So we're going to hook this up, and this battery should be fully charged. It's been sitting on the charger of the camper, and you can see the needle is over here. So it's charged up. It's about 13 volts. So it says hold the load on, which is the switch here, for 10 seconds. And I think our battery is 500 cold cranking amps. So you can see that's right in here somewhere between. So we'll watch the needle, and I think it'll be pretty obvious. Yeah, this battery is complete junk. You can see it going back up. But yeah, this battery was charged, and it's just not holding a charge at all. So we're going to go ahead and replace this, and we should be setting good. I've had this battery for probably 3 to 4 years, something like that. So I think I got it right shortly after I got the motorhome. So it's not really surprising. So I'm going to pick a new battery up for it. Hopefully we'll be set for the rest of the summer.